Yo, what is up guys, this is Brandon and here back with another video. I hope you're doing well and eating muffins. Guys, first of all, I'd like to apologize for the way I sound, as I do have COVID right now. But we're still trying to put out those bangers. So bear in mind that I do sound a little ill, and I may start coughing at some point. But guys, today we have another, I'm not gonna lie, this video has been like very heavily recommended to me by friends. Because in 2K21 I did this video, and it did really well, especially for my channel size at the time. So this did really very well. And it's going to be a controller cam dribble tutorial, as you already saw by the thumb. But yeah, this dribble tutorial isn't just for like any old point guards, like the the 5'10s, the 5'11s, the 5'8s, whatever you want to call it. This is a dribble tutorial for 6'5" point guards and up, and this is obviously for next gen and current gen as well. This is just like next gen. But first of all, let me just show you my dribble moves. I'm not giving you these dribble moves for free. You do have to like and subscribe to get these dribble moves, so make sure you do that right now. But here you go, these are the dribble moves. You got the dribble style, which is quick. Let me not even read through them all, like you guys can read. Maybe if you want to pause, take a screenshot. Those are my dribble moves that I use in my 6'5" build. But there we go. The reason I'm doing a build, like a video specifically on 6'5" and up builds, is because once you go above 6'5", you don't get like the D-Rose signature size up that everyone else uses. So we're going to be using like different Sigs today. Unfortunately, we do have to show you the dribble moves on this court, because I don't know, the game's weird. Alright guys, as you can see, we look at the controller on the screen, and as you can see, when I press buttons and when I move around and stuff like that, when I open up the menus, all the buttons show on the screen. So let's get straight into it. I'm not going to waste any time. But first of all, this move is kind of it's kind of basic, you guys should already know, and it's the momentum. So if you just flick your right stick up, as you can see, like that, to do a normal crossover, and then follow it with your opposite stick after, like this. You have to hold R2 at the same time, and you can do the momentum. I don't really use this very often, but it's there if you need to use it, and you can kind of spam it if you want to. That's just one of the moves that I'm going to be showing you today, so learn that one. And like, it's kind of hard to explain some of these moves, so make sure you're looking at the sticks up on the controller like all times, just so you can get an idea as well. All right, so the next move, this is what I like to call the drag back. So this is a very popular move from 2K21 next gen, and basically you just pull your left stick back, so kind of walk back and do a normal crossover at the same time. So again, just up on your right stick. If you do a normal up on the right stick, it does this crossover that I'm doing right now. So if you do that while walking back like this, you get this move, and it's very good. You'll later find out that you can quick stop out of it and stuff like that, but it's one of the best moves. So this is just kind of let's call it a move-in move. So it's not really a move to get open off a lot of the time, but it's kind of a way to move around the court, and you can get some nice speed boosts out of it. And eventually I'll teach you how to quick stop. So once you've got the momentum and the drag back, you can do moves like this, where you do like that, and maybe get like for example, so a drag back like that, and then momentum. Like you kind of work with what I'm giving you. Next I'm going to give you the step back. So if you run in and hold if you run in and hold R2 and flick back just once on your right stick like this, so you kind of run in, you stand still for a second, and then you pull back. You let go when you're running, you let go of the left stick, and then just flick your right stick back, and you do this little hop back. This can be a kill move, like if your defender's playing you really tight on your hip. Maybe if you do this, run in, then you flick back. So again, this move can be mixed in with the drag back that I just showed you. So you can maybe do the drag back like this, and do the step back, then step back, drag back, step back, drag back, step back. You can mix it all up. So once you've got the step back, the drag back, let's teach you the behind the back. So there's two types of behind the back. There's the standing one, which is like this, and you just literally flick your right stick down diagonally either way, while standing still and not holding any other buttons. So you literally just do this, and it sometimes does it between the legs, but it still works. And the next is the explosive behind the back. So say for example, if you're running to the left, you then flick both your sticks back to the other way. If you're running right, you flick both, and you can kind of just do it backwards. There obviously is a better behind the back in the game, but unfortunately, to get all the other moves, you can't have that behind the back, because you can't have all the best dribble moves. You have to have some of the less like you have to have the secondary tier animations if you want some of the better animations. So especially this for ISO. So next I'm going to teach you how to spin back. So this is the normal spin back that you should have already put on when I showed you my dribble moves, and it goes like this. So you literally just run in, and basically you want to pull your left stick back and then flick your right stick. So if the ball's in your right hand, you want to go from the right stick up. So let me put the ball out of my hand for a second. If you take a look at the right stick, you put the right stick up and then you put it down to down, like you go like that down the right. So you basically go from top to bottom down the right side. And the ball's in your left hand, you do it the same, but obviously down the left side, so from left down to right, like this. So, and obviously at the same time, you're pulling your left stick back. So if you're running into the paint like this, like that. Do it again. And now we can do it on the left side as well. Oh, I didn't manage to do that. I don't really do it from the left hand if that much. But obviously you can do it if you want to, and you can do it standing as well. I don't really do it standing a lot, but you can do it standing like that. But yeah, so now you've learned the drag back like this, the step back, and this bit. So that's a combo I like to do a lot. Is so you do this. This is also called the drag crossover. I like to call this the drag crossover. You hold R2 and you flick your right stick up diagonally like this. And it does like this little drag crossover. So for example, if you want to mix out all the moves that I've just taught you, I'd do this. So drag crossover, drag back, step back, run in, and then I would do a spin back, but the ball is in my left hand. So if you're doing it like this, so let's try it like this. And then I quick stop, which I'm going to teach you how to do. So just, you know, stick around. So let's just recap real quick. You got the drag back move, the step back move, the behind the back, both behind the back. So you got the stand in like this, and then obviously the explosive. So, and then you got the momentum and the drag crossover. And now finally, this is the last move to teach you before we can like learn how to combo everything. And obviously this is how you can quick stop. So it's very similar to, well, it's the exact same as it is in 2K21 next gen, but there's the current gen quick stop as well. So let's do the easiest one, which is obviously the current gen quick stop. And basically when you're running and you should be holding turbo, so R2, basically you can flick your right stick either left or right, and it does like a quick stop, as you'll see, like this. Never mind, I faded it because I shot it too soon. So you have to time it, and you will get the timing like that. So when you're running, you just flick your right stick. If the ball's in your right hand, you flick it, the right stick to your opposite hand, if that makes sense. You're running and you flick the right stick to your opposite hand. And then you just shoot when midway through the animation. If you let the animation carry out before you shoot, it looks like this. Obviously you're shooting midway through the animation like that. Alright, so next we're gonna learn this is my favorite type of quick stop, and you're using, first of all, you want to make sure you have this drag back move down, and once you have it down, obviously when you're doing this move, you're not holding R2. But as soon as you finish, like as soon as the ball comes into your other hand like this, you want to hold R2 and do that. So it might seem like really weird at first, but once you do this first drag back move and the ball comes into your other hand, hold R2 straight away, so like this. And then when you run to the side like that, your guy's gonna bounce the ball obviously to continue his dribble. And once the ball hits the ground with like one time, the first time it hits the ground, you want to let go of everything and shoot like this. So you can literally do this out of any move basically. It's the same principle. Once you get a speed boost with R2, once your guy bounces the ball once, you can obviously shoot. But that's the way I like to do it. So, and it's so overpowered, no one expects it. Like no one really does it this year. Everyone did it last year, but no one does it this year. So it's very overpowered. But this is another one that I like to do when it comes to quick stops, is this one. So it's the same principle that once you do a speed boost and then you let go. Once your guy bounces the ball, once you let go of everything. But for this one, you do the drag back and a crossover and a behind the back, then do the quick stop. So it's the same principle. I'll just show you again. So drag back, crossover behind the back. My bad. Crossover behind the back. Never mind, I can't even do it right now. Crossover behind the back. And you know, it's literally the same principle for absolutely everything. And you can even, I'm pretty sure you can do it off this step back as well. Once you go, there you go. So once you come out of that big step back that I taught you, it's also called the AI step back if you hear people call that, like that. Quick stop. And these moves are like very, very good. Like these ones, like the quick stop is your best friend. I said this, that was my saying last year, like the quick stop is your best friend, because no one really expects it, especially this year. So you know, it's gonna, I do these a lot, and I did this last year. This was the way I dribbled last year. So I know this, like it's the back of my hand. But even like one like that, let me teach you that one. Like some of the moves I'm gonna forget. So maybe if you've seen me doing them on stream or in a video, if you want to comment down below, and I can do a separate tutorial on those. But like for this one, for example, you can do this crossover, which I taught you, where you hold R2, and then when you come out of this animation, so hold on. Why is there a guy hopping on the court? Okay, let me just show you this one animation, then we can get off the call. But so you do this one crossover animation that I taught you, and then when you come out of the animation, oh, this guy's in the way. When you come out of this animation, you can like, you see that? It's kind of hard to explain. So like once you come out of the animation, like that. So once you bounce the ball once, you just, you know, quick stop. But unfortunately, this guy's being annoying and taking the court. But guys, if you want to like know any of those moves, you can just rewind the video and rewatch it. But yeah, unfortunately, we did have to like hop off the call because we have to record on here, like on the call, because the stamina in the Gatorade facility is like properly ruined. Like you run out so quick that it's impossible to even dribble for more than like 2 moves before you lose stamina. But yeah, just make sure you practice these moves. You know, you got drag back, yes, step back, spin move, crossover, behind the back, quick stop, and you know, and eventually you're gonna become a dribble demon. Like you will. It's very simple. They're not very hard moves to learn. It's not like no crazy stage moves, although you could ISO in the stage, but this is mainly for ISO moves. And obviously if you're on the twos, you would dribble maybe in the center, on the wing, and your guy would be sitting in the corner. But I use these moves a lot for the 1v1. But guys, if you want me to drop any more tutorials, maybe like on my dunk packages or anything like that, or my jump shot, or I think I already have my jump shot video, but like if you want anything else to do with like my animations, just let me know. Like we can do more tutorials on it. Or if you want a more in-depth tutorial on the quick stops, just the quick stops, we can have a whole video on just the quick stops, maybe tips and tricks on how to do them more efficiently. Just let me know in the comments down below. But I hope this video is helpful, and you know, make sure you did pay attention to the controller the whole time, as that is the point of it being on the screen, is for it to help you guys. But yeah, if this video did help, make sure you do like and subscribe. It's much appreciated. You know, give me some feedback in the comments over these dribble moves are turning you into a demon or not. But yeah, it's been your boy Nannies, and peace.